3, 2, 1. We are now live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting, fantastical episode of Buddy Talks. Yes. Brought to you by Kellogg's, but not really. Yeah, we're definitely not sponsored. Here tonight, we have two amazing guests. You've heard them before if you listen to In Our Honest Opinion and AdamAnalyzes.com especially. We have William.
Hey.
And Adam.
Hello.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining me.
Going good.
Yeah, this is fun. I'm looking forward to this.
Thank you for having us.
Indeed.
Yeah, what he said.
Exactly. It's going to be a fun one. We have some topics that I think can definitely spark a lot of conversation.
Let's do it.
Let's start off. How are you guys doing this week?
You first.
All right. So I'm going to say I'm doing good.
That sounds good. I like it. It's cryptic. You're mysterious.
It was one of those things like, I'm like, should I really
You don't need to air out all your dirty laundry. This isn't Facebook. We don't
Wait,
need
I'm allowed to curse? Bitch, where's
Well,
my
guys,
money?
sorry.
Yeah.
So this happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, that's just going to definitely change the tone of this episode.
Doing good.
Yeah. Awesome. How about you, Will?
I'm all right, man. Work has been a little stressful, but the good part is that I'm learning a bit more than what I did before. So I think that's the payoff. All right. Whenever you're surrounded, whenever you're in a crappy situation, but people are in good spirits,
Yeah.
I think that helps change the tone.
Mm-hmm.
It helps.
So compared to the week before where everyone was just in a negative mood and, work is hard as shit, then at some point you're just going, is this even fucking worth it?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
But then fast forward and now I'm just like, okay, I've got a couple more positive people around me and everyone's like, this sucks, but we gonna be all right.
Exactly. That's why I use a lot of humor and comedy in the workplace.
Yeah.
Because, heck, man, you're a band of brothers. You're in the trenches all together.
That's
and
exactly
you see
it.
them more than you see your own family every week. So might as well make the most of it.
Yeah.
And it felt like everyone was going through something. It was really shitty. And so I didn't want to impact them with what I had on my plate.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let's just focus on them right now.
Yeah.
I can compartmentalize
Doing the
what I got.
Pennywise dance.
Exactly.
Yeah. There.
Exactly. But New York Comic Con just ended, and I know we're reaching the fall season with a lot of games coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super stoked. Since that's what we'll be talking about tonight. Gaming
Let's do it.
in the modern age.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I know. There's a bunch of stuff coming out for a lot of people. My backlog is going to start increasing even more.
Yeah.
I know Will's excited for especially two titles that are be coming out within the next
Deadass.
2 weeks.
Yep.
That is okay. So is that the name of one of them?
Deadass. Yeah.
Deadass.
Deadass.
Yeah. It's
Deadass
sponsored by
2.
Timberland.
Year 2, the sequel. Nice.
But yeah, what are you looking forward to, Will?
So I got The Witcher that I pre-ordered.
And you never played any of those.
No, I haven't played The Witcher 3.
Pre-ordered it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. These games I've already shelled out the money for. This is how serious I was about it.
Holy
I
crap.
pre-ordered The Witcher 3 because it's a complete edition or whatever for my Switch and Overwatch. That money's spent. I'm getting those games.
Wow.
There was no way around it. That's how much I've been looking forward to those titles. I don't play a lot of games.
Yeah.
I know we'll kind of dive into, I think, a little bit more of that throughout this. But so for me to actually just drop money like that, it definitely takes some convincing. So my excitement level for those things on the Switch specifically, is something I'm looking forward to. So.
Yeah. And that's the funny part because you're mainly a shooter type guy.
Oh, I am.
And I know you started playing, what was it? What's the actual title of that game that you've been playing on the phone? I know you've been calling it
Clash
Call
Royale?
of Duty.
Oh, no. Call of Duty Mobile.
Is it actually Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was an actual Call of Duty game.
Yeah. So just released.
I'm still never going to play it.
Yeah,
But I know
just
Call of
released.
Duty-
It's Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the thing I love about the Switch, right, is the portability.
Yeah.
So because I don't game all that much, I need something that like I can just take and go with me.
Yeah.
With my data plan on my phone, I've got a hotspot. So if I want to be able to play a first-person shooter online, I know that I can go ahead and do that,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that I haven't gotten big into mobile gaming.
Yeah.
And when I say mobile device, right? So your phone gaming,
Yeah.
like that's not a thing that I've been into. And I've tried the PUBG, which I played a little bit of for a few weeks, and that was pretty good. I can't do the Fortnite. Yeah, just sorry, I can't do that on console. Phone doesn't matter. But Call of Duty Mobile actually takes all of the Call of Duty maps from Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and a couple of the other games or whatever. Black Ops. Yep, some of the popular maps from that.
Yeah,
and they've put it on the mobile device and for free.
Oh, the game's free.
The game's free.
Microtransactions.
So there are for cosmetic stuff, and so it's all like okay, exactly right. Who cares?
It's not bad.
And then they do the whole season pass thing where you can unlock more things, you know what I mean, faster if you pay I think it's $4 or $5 a month, whatever.
Yeah.
Don't care. Fact of the matter is, for these rounds that last between maybe 5 to 9 minutes, at most, it's surprisingly responsive. I got this awesome nostalgic feel there where I'm playing on what's the map that everyone knows, Nuketown.
Okay.
Nuketown. I know the layout of the map. I know how the game works. And once because you can customize where the buttons are, dim some of them out if you need to. And at that point,
and you're just playing strictly from the phone.
Yep.
Not using a controller or anything.
Nothing on the phone. Yep.
Oh wow.
And it's a good time.
Yeah,
it's a very good time.
First-person shooters are actually really tough to play
on your device.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound like snobby here, but like we've got the higher end phones, right? So like I mean the screen real estate is pretty good,
Sure.
So it helps. And I've got big hands. So
I know, but it's still tough to.
So for me, it's the whole tactile feel,
because
you don't have that tactile like touch of a button.
Yeah,
that's where I have a hard time with.
I get that.
Or an analog stick or anything, and that's where I run into issues.
Yeah,
and remember with iOS 13, your PS4 or Xbox One controller,
you can use those.
To it now. You can play on there.
Yeah, because remember I was playing Deploy and Destroy.
Yeah.
I was playing that back.
I still have that on my phone, even though it doesn't work.
And you can't play it anymore. Nope. Thanks, Russia.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's something that happened there.
Yeah.
But no, it was fun. But when I turned off the, I guess auto fire or whatever, then it was extremely difficult to play because I'm trying to
and those two options are in there, like in the Call of Duty, where a lot more of the first person shooter games for your phone, that's what they go to, right? Where as soon as something pops up in the reticle, then it'll start shooting for
firing,
you. That just it doesn't work for me, right? So now I've got it figured out, and I've got it where it's just far enough, for my thumb to reach where I'm okay.
I know you have like this little claw hand.
Yeah,
and so this is exactly
like this.
Like this is exactly how I play the game.
Yeah.
And there it is. Like I'm looking around, and at some point shoot, and like I know that once I shoot, I can move my thumb over, real quick, and that way I'm still centered, and
it's like crazy tough to play that.
I just can't, man.
It's crazy tough to do that
Yep.
because that game had the same setup. And it was crazy tough to, move.
Yeah.
And then you got to quick take your finger off, and then you got to push the fire button and move it again.
Yeah.
It's super tough to do.
10-cent games. Look at that.
Yeah, they're the ones that are doing a lot of first-person shooters for mobile.
And did they? Oh no, I'm thinking
they did PUBG actually.
Yeah,
they're the ones
PUBG,
that transferred it over.
Yeah, I had no idea that was actually Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah, but it's officially Call of Duty Mobile. They released it, and like I said, for a free game. If you like first-person shooters, they do the premium pass.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's where they hit you, right? A couple different slides, but
it looks a lot like PUBG right there.
Yeah, those banners for sure. But your multiplayer, which is your traditional matches, Battle Royale, which you can do it on here as well.
That's crazy.
I think there's a single-player campaign coming or something like that.
Oh wow.
But I mean, this
game looks a lot like that one that I was playing.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised they're not nickel and diming you.
Yeah.
Already.
So was I. Not gonna lie. I didn't expect this game to be as fluid as it is. Whatchamacallit, and as responsive as it is. So let me try something here while we're talking. But just so that way you guys can see that running around
that's very Twitch.
Yeah.
See, but
yeah.
And then if I need to, there we go, another round starting.
I was gonna say, there's the first.
Yeah, no, that's because the match is actually getting ready to go.
Yeah.
So you do, and you can move these, and I've positioned these because this isn't the default orientation.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way I know where everything is. And the one thing that I don't do here, which I used to do on the console, is when you're running and gunning, sometimes you want to slide or whatever. Yeah. It's not a move that I do here, or jumping over items. I don't do it as much, and that's fine. But again, for a quick, 6 to 8 minute match, I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
There you go.
And I can go ahead and it's a fun game.
Yeah.
So like I said, I know where everything is because I put it there. It's a nice option that they gave. Whoops. It's Call of Duty, run and gun.
Yeah. That's actually quite impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good. And
Yeah.
it looks like it could be fun. I don't know if I'll get into it.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
It's one of those where I say, hey, look, it's a free game. You know what I mean? It's a quality build, which is surprising enough.
Yeah.
If you like first-person shooters, if you're looking for, a quick multiplayer, game that you want to play while on the go, by all means, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Download it.
Okay.
Yeah, because here's my problem is because when I play stuff like that,
Yeah.
I really like to do melee attacks.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
I loved melee. And in Call of Duty of all things.
Yeah. And I actually did an achievement on Call of Duty 3, I want to say, because that was one of the achievements was go through an entire level with nothing but melee attacks.
Nice.
It was so hard to do, but I did it.
But you did it? Very awesome.
I got that 20 point achievement or whatever.
Yeah.
Is there voice chat and stuff on here?
Yep, there is voice chat. You can set it so that way you can actually hit the button, to kind of do it walkie-talkie, or you can leave it always on. And if you've got a earbud in, man, easy breezy. The sound is actually pretty impressive on the device. Now, granted, again,
I was gonna say because the speakers are good on the iPhone,
on the Pro Max. That's what we've got, the 11 Pro Max, and so that's one thing. But when you've got your headphones in, same thing, man. To pick up that directional audio, knowing that someone's around you, like hearing those footsteps, makes a difference. Again, it's just it for mobile gaming. That's one of those things that I don't think has really been doing a good job, right? I know that it's continued to push. And let's be honest, year after year, right? Even at the Apple conference or whatever, like they'll get up there and also show you, right? Hey, this is how games are doing on our phones now, right?
It's actually kind of viable, yeah.
And exactly. And so it's just like, all right, well, I mean, one day. And sure enough, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, playing this one after playing PUBG and some of Fortnite, and I know Fortnite runs without lag or whatever, but like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is it's a good game. It's a good transfer.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can play that one like that with a lot of melee attacks.
Yeah.
Because when I played Deploy and Destroy, I was playing as Ash from Evil Dead.
With the chainsaw hand.
And I would just run up to people and just chainsaw them down, and it was great.
And you played that for a while.
I did, and I actually spent money to play it too.
Yeah.
like I did like the little XP boosters and stuff. Yeah.
Really?
That's
yeah,
funny.
That's hilarious.
like a 72-hour. it'd be like $3 is like a 72-hour thing.
That's funny.
So you got your hands on it for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I was actually doing some decent work. It's actually surprising how comfortable it is to play on that phone.
Yeah.
The battery life.
Okay. I
so
see.
It doesn't kill my phone. And again, I mean, I don't know if that's I want to make sure that I'm making that clear, right?
Yeah.
I am playing this on the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which that's a replay. There you go. Now you're good. On the 11 Pro Max, and so the phone's got better battery life and blah blah blah. But to point out to you, I've got all the settings cranked up on that.
Yeah.
Because it automatically kind of sets itself for the phone, and there's a high and then an ultra high or whatever.
Yeah.
I put everything up. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to play this
Max it
game.
out.
Yep. But my battery doesn't get drained, man.
That's awesome.
And to play, 2-3 rounds real quick and keep going, like I'm not gonna complain. I can't complain.
Yeah, I mean it's fun. I managed to get. I died twice and I killed somebody once.
I killed like 5 people and I died like 3 times.
Yeah.
See, but I feel like that's Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like from the very first game I started playing, I was actually doing a pretty good job. I didn't expect to kick ass in a couple rounds. I was all like, I haven't played this game in a long time. Holy shit, this is fun!
Yeah.
Like I thoroughly
it
enjoyed
all came back to you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then of course the first map that it launched for me was Nuketown. So I was all like, I wonder if I'm. Oh hell yes, I know exactly how this plays.
It's like
We lost.
Oh yeah, we got defeat.
Yeah.
Kill cams, double tap to skip or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again for mobile gaming, to be kind of growing in the way that it is. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I've got myself a nice little first-person shooter now on my phone of all things. Which, let's be honest, I go nowhere. Yep.
All the time. You can move that fan if you want.
Yeah. Well, I can't. I don't know. We'll just leave it. It's all right.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
So I mean, the game that I'm really looking forward to, that none of you guys are gonna play, Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal. From what I've seen, it looks dope as hell.
Dude, the first one was, and I'm just crazy
what
excited
are you getting it for?
I'm probably gonna get it for PS4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a Pro or do you have a normal PS1?
I've got an older one, and
Gotcha.
I hope to God the PS5 has backwards compatibility.
From my understanding, it's supposed to.
as far as that stuff goes, because I would really like to play the game in, the quality it's supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to upgrade to a Pro.
Understandable.
It's towards the end of its life cycle. I can't see jumping into that.
Yeah.
But I can understand. I respect that.
But I'm really, really looking forward to that because Doom 2016, I think, is when that one came out.
Yeah.
It really made me feel like a kid again. As far as like the gameplay.
Yeah.
It was like straight up, classic Doom, but it was like hyper violent.
And updated graphics, yeah.
Yeah, but it just felt like the original too. And
very fast paced. It was all about just sticking and moving and just blowing, like what Doom was.
And
it wasn't Doom 3.
I played it, which is funny because Doom 3 was super slow.
Yeah.
And going back to Doom 3, I respect it, but I still can't get into it because I did download it for the Switch. I can't get into it. But, 2016's Doom, I remember Nicole was watching me play it. She's like, I really don't know how you're playing that because it's so twitchy.
Yeah. It really is.
Like, with how fast-paced the game is.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's crazy fun.
I'm watching some video on it because I don't think I've seen any. Doom Eternal.
Oh, Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Considering you can find the original Doom reboot or whatever it's called. I know it's just called Doom.
Yeah.
But I know some people have figured it out that it kind of takes place in the same world.
Yeah. Event Horizon world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
This is a shared universe between Buddy Talks, Ioho, and Adam Analyzes.
Yeah. We're you know what? We're doing it better than Marvel.
Real quick, that's an awesome refresh rate for being on a damn phone.
That really is. That's pretty impressive.
But yeah, it's like you can find that game for under $20, and I highly recommend checking it out.
Okay. Yeah, it looks dope. There's just so many things on my wanna playlist.
Yeah, what you got?
Well, games that are coming out or ones that are already out that I want to get.
I think these are games that are. We were just touching on games that are coming out, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking
There's
of ones
that are coming out.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure. Well, I already know one.
Which one?
Maybe.
Which one?
Yo Gabba Gabba.
I was thinking Death Stranding.
Actually, no.
Really?
No, I have not been keeping up with that.
I actually read what that game's about, and it's like I'm curious about it.
Yeah, Kojima does fantastic work.
Yeah, but
fucking love the Metal Gear series.
Like
it's like watching a movie.
It sucks because it's like hyper realistic.
Yeah,
and you're carrying around like eggs and semen.
Yeah,
and babies.
It's a little weird.
Babies in jars, and then not only that, the more stuff you carry, it hinders you.
Yeah, over encumbered. Yeah. But no, the two games I'm looking forward to the most right now are the Final Fantasy VII Remake and Persona 5 Royal.
Yep. You know what's fucked up is I knew those.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones that you've been mentioning more than anything.
Well, I knew about the Final Fantasy one, though.
Yeah, and that is coming out this year, right?
No, that's coming out March 3rd.
Shit.
Yeah, the big,
notice how I knew if it wasn't this fall, it's in March because that's the only time they ever fucking release these things.
Yeah.
The problem with that is the big put off for me of that game.
This how it's segmented.
Yeah.
Yeah. That part sucks. It's kind of bullshit, but they're saying it's supposedly multi-part. That's going to be like each game is going to be the size of an actual game.
Right.
But how big of a game are they referring to? Like 20 hours? Or are you talking about an RPG? A staple RPG is usually 40 to 60 hours.
Exactly.
Unless it's Persona.
I'm like worried.
Yeah.
That each part it could be like 60 to say we're going to go on the high side.
Yeah.
60 to 80 hours.
Yeah.
That scares the hell out of me, and I'm like, well, never gonna play it because of that.
I thought the same thing too, but I put 138 hours for my first playthrough of Persona 5.
Shit.
And then I started playing through again. I think I'm like 150 something hours now.
No.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do it again when Royal comes out because that's like the director's cut where they go and it's like a whole new game.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited.
So I really want to pick up the Ghostbusters remastered.
That's what I was kind of curious about because I saw that that's out for Switch.
Yeah.
And I never got a Ghostbusters 3. So
and it's a GameStop exclusive.
You can get it digitally.
Can I ask you guys
if you want the physical?
Yeah.
Do you guys? I think that when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
I think I was a bit more excited to try out different kinds of games, right? And which is why like my collection of games was so varied.
Small. Varied.
Yeah, because I enjoyed playing games and sometimes just to appreciate what had been done, right?
Yeah.
I remember back on the Xbox there was a game called Reckless, right? Completely terrible game, but I enjoyed the mechanics of like the vehicles, right, smashing through stuff. Yeah. At this point, do you find that you're kind of just stuck in like specific games? Like, are they all nostalgic? Is that the only thing you play? Because granted, I know Overwatch is a newer game, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like Overwatch is kind of fucking old right now, and the only reason why like
not for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was gonna say it came out the same week as Doom 2016.
And so
seriously, it did.
And so like I got it on the PlayStation 4 back when I had one. I got it on the Xbox One when I got that, and then
I have it on PC also.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's right. You said you did buy it on all. And so now here it is coming out on the Switch, and now I've got it for that. You know, and it's just like, I mean, I could just jump on board and try and get any other game. I mean, I do still have an Xbox One. I mean, technically, my PlayStation 4, my kids have it. You know what I mean? Like I gave it to them. It's sitting in a drawer. They don't ever play it. So I mean, if I wanted to get my hands on a PS4 again, I could, but I don't care enough. And I'm going to admit that I just kind of fall into my ways, right? Overwatch worked for what I needed to. So
you just want that quick sort of
shelling out another $40-$50 or whatever for it. Okay, fine.
Like, I mean, I definitely get it. Gaming for me is definitely not what it was. So it's really hard for me to get into a new game.
Yeah.
But falling back on things I know that I'll like, such as the new Doom game, I mean, that's going to be something that I'm going to play a lot.
Yeah, I think nostalgia isn't always the thing for me.
Okay.
I do like Final Fantasy VII Remake, that one is pure nostalgia.
Yeah.
But I started playing Persona 5. You know why I started playing Persona 5? Because he showed up in Smash Brothers.
Oh, really? That's funny.
The character seemed interesting enough that I wanted to know more about him.
Gotcha. And then you shelled out how much for Persona 5?
$20.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean,
yeah. Digitally,
I throw out
$20.
I bought how many Xbox hits or whatever, like those games that it's all like.
I'm sorry, 40 because I bought a physical just to have a physical.
Platinum hits. That's what it was.
Yeah, but the game is really fucking amazing. I love the story, and for me, big thing story and gameplay.
Gotcha.
Are like the big draws for me.
Okay.
So, like I had Red Dead. Well, I have Red Dead Redemption. Game's amazing
when that comes out on the fucking
there's
Switch.
So much stuff that I just lose focus on what I was doing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go hunting.
Yeah.
Let's go and get some of these legendary creatures.
I'm not mad at that.
Live to the audience, she's caught almost every fish in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's Rockstar for you, where they let you track all the most useless of stats.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this: as far as like, what was your biggest surprise? Like, can you think of a game that really surprised you, where you were thinking like, oh, maybe this isn't going to be that great, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, you know what? This was actually a good game.
Persona 5, because I played 4.
Yeah.
And those games are very story heavy.
Gotcha.
Like I started playing 4 before. I was 3 hours in the game. I only fought maybe one battle.
Gotcha.
5 started off way different, and I didn't think it was gonna draw me in like it did, but it's like a drug. I mean, you've seen like I decorated my PS4. I have a bunch of like art, and it's definitely consumed my life. Okay. That another series that kind of pulled me in harder than I thought it would, Borderlands. Mm-hmm. That game is. I'm actually surprised, Will, that you don't play Borderlands.
So Borderlands 1 and 2, bought them.
Yeah.
All right, back when they were both on Xbox, I think, or PS3, PS3.
Both.
Yeah. I did. I bought them, and that was one of those where like, I mean, I respected what they were trying to do there. Yeah. I couldn't fall into the play. Now, granted, 1 over 2 I think was a huge improvement. There was some huge lag.
2 over 1.
Is that what it was? Yeah. No. 2 was an improvement.
Yeah.
On 1. Yeah. That. Thanks. But because there was some like shooting mechanics or whatever, were off, man. There was like there's this delay, from when you pull the trigger to when it actually shoots in the game. And I remember that was like a real big turnoff for me in the first one.
Gotcha.
But I remember I enjoyed enough of the game where I was like, all right, I'll buy the second one, bought that. And that was a huge improvement where it was all like, oh, okay, now I feel like I'm shooting, if that makes any sense.
It's strange you say about the feel of the game being off. Because that's kind of one of my complaints with Halo. I mean, sorry guys, but it's one of my feelings. It doesn't feel right to me.
Okay, and I get it because Halo definitely has a certain feel.
Yeah,
like I'm saying, like I want to have a game where it feels like it has like not recoil or weight. But, I mean that's the best way for me to describe it. Yeah, with the way it should feel.
Yeah,
and it just never felt right to me.
Okay, fair.
That's what a lot of people have an issue with Overwatch because of that.
Yeah,
because it's hit scan.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I won't like Overwatch then. I mean, I was thinking about giving it a shot because I know that I know both you guys like it.
It's a fun game, but he's right.
Yeah.
Like, and that is similar to what Borderlands like shooting mechanics is. Yeah.
If you're pointed at the target and you pull the trigger, it should hit.
Theoretically hit him.
It doesn't have the weight of like an actual projectile
round
moving.
Yep. And that's
unless
why
you're using a sniper.
Battlefield.
Gotcha. So I mean, that's what some people had issues with, but in the arcade style shooter, it works in that
exactly.
realm.
I mean, one that had what you're describing there, the feeling to me was like the original Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean that felt that way, but but it didn't bother me.
A lot of games are like that though, where and I think traditionally a lot of games were like that. Where I mean, that's just the way things were. I think one of the first games that I didn't feel that, because even Halo's reminiscent of that, I'll agree, was Call of Duty 2, right? Which I think was a launch title for the Xbox 360.
Okay.
And
you're right, it was.
Right, it was, yeah.
It was.
And I remember that, like, the I don't even know how to pronounce it, but GEWHER, I think is a rifle or whatever. Mm-hmm. I remember that when I played that game, and the first time, like, actually, like, pulling that trigger, like, that felt like you pulled a trigger and like that round made, you know what I mean? Like covered distance and you hit a target. And there's something satisfying about that. I feel like that makes me sound like I'm fucking crazy.
There's one other
the
one.
Physics.
Yeah. The fact that there were some is amazing.
This is the crazy thing is because there's one other game that I can pinpoint that didn't feel right. Mm-hmm. Rage.
Never played it. People always talk about it.
That's like Borderlands.
It didn't feel right with the shooting, and I was surprised that it came from id because I was expecting
both those games.
I was expecting it to feel both like Doom or Quake or whatever, and it didn't feel like either one.
Yeah,
it felt way off, and I'm like, well, can't play this game. And I spent maybe an hour with it,
and that game suffered too because it looked amazing, but that's because everything was a fucking skin. And how long did it take before all the textures popped in while you're playing the game?
Right.
Yeah, I'm good. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's like I can understand it. And the thing is, I played a lot of PC versus console gaming for like the first-person shooters and shit.
Yep.
And it feels very different, especially with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I can't do mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, it does. And
I love mouse and keyboard.
When I remember back in the day,
for me, that's Twitch gaming right there, where it's all like,
but.
The precision's there.
But Will, when you realize how much better it actually works and feels, it'll like change your life.
That's the thing. I like. I mean, we're 80s kids. You know what I mean? So like, some of the first like games that I did play on a computer were like that, where you know, mouse and keyboard. I mean, I know, you know, to move around and everything. Like, I get it. I just it never grew on me. I never got good. And what's crazy is it's so. What kind of lends to the my infatuation or my love of first person shooters. Halo was the first time that like I played a first person shooter exactly, and on a console, and I had a controller in my hand. It was all like, oh, I can do this. Like, this is fucking easy. I enjoyed it.
But I'm like thinking like back in the day before I knew better,
and
I was trying to play Quake 2 with like my gamepad on my computer, and it had dual joysticks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then once I finally got frustrated with trying to get the game to actually recognize the gamepad because of the stupid drivers and this and that. It was a royal pain. And so I'm like, screw it. I'm going to go with keyboard and mouse. And
it blew you away.
It was amazing because I was surprised at how
much more responsive.
How good it like felt. Like it just felt right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why the jump to console like shooters was weird for me.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to using keyboard and mouse, and it is a lot more accurate. I played Overwatch on all 3, and PC is definitely the way to go. It's just a community that makes me not want to play it.
Yeah.
Community's awful.
Yeah. I remember Call of Duty was like that. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I remember like thoroughly enjoying it, and then at some point it just turned into fucking asshole kids. They're just like constantly, being negative and and then spawn camping, and the game wasn't fun anymore. It was like, fuck this.
But wasn't there a lot of that in the like Halo 3 and Halo 2 with the kids? Because I mean, whenever I played Halo 3, I got bombarded with a whole bunch of like
Halo 3 suffered from a lot of modding online.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. And that was on console. But
I'm saying though, like there was a lot of people just foul mouthed, all kinds of racial slurs and stuff.
And there were waves to it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So there were, because there were times where like it just wouldn't be fun, right? Some people you played with were just terrible. But I remember jumping to some games where like, even though it was a versus match, that everyone just kind of like, it was this camaraderie of like, yo, let's just fuck around. And it was all like, okay. I remember I went into a match and all of the not Blood Gulch. It wasn't Blood Gulch. It was the one that was all ice or whatever. 2 bases on each end, or a base on each end. Sorry. And I remember that as soon as the map loaded, there were ramps and kind of stuff like all throughout. And I remember everyone that jumped in the game just goes like, "Oh no shit." So we didn't know who was doing it.
Yeah.
But everyone had a great time flying Banshees and driving warthogs up along the sides of stuff, and it was just such a good time until it crashed, of course. But like, I think that again goes back to the community, right? I think for a while there was a community of people that actually made it fun.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what happened to Overwatch, because they had their ranked system.
Yeah.
And then they had the free play.
Yeah.
And it seems like everyone was a tryhard, no matter where you went. So it's like, okay, I want to play ranked. I had to play the game without voice. Gotcha. That's why I think it might be more fun on Switch, because you don't have to hear anyone.
Yeah. And even when I played it on the Xbox, I played with my boy Rose, and like whenever we do play, it's literally just us talking to each other.
Yeah,
like that's it. Yeah. We don't need anyone else. We'll talk crap. We'll play the game, and it's that quick arcade like type of playing where I don't have to aim for the accuracy thing. Like if I want that, I will look for like a Battlefield type game. Yeah. It is just like point the gun that way, shoot, and then do something fun. You know what I mean? I play a lot with what's her name? That oh my god, Chicken in Purple. She throws a grenade where she can teleport to it or whatever.
Oh yeah, Sombra.
Yeah, Sombra. Yeah, thank you. Sombra.
Sombra.
Yeah. So
the hacker.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw a grenade over to where I might need a quick exit.
Yeah.
You run into something, hack someone, run away, like, don't shoot me. And then I don't have to worry so much about whether I'm going to get killed right away, because the shooting is so hit or miss. You know what I mean? And that's another thing, too, where everyone gets points as long as you pointed a gun in some general direction.
Exactly.
Shot.
It's like, that's how they try to mitigate the kill death.
Yeah. I was like, I got an assist for that. Like, what the fuck?
And then I'm just thinking on like, someone. Well, you're pretty crappy at this game. You suck. Here's some points.
Yeah. But the thing
is, like everyone gets a trophy.
I think that's what makes that game fun, because initially I was like, fuck this game. I'm not playing it, right? And then and it was my boy Rose. It was all like, fuck you. You're gonna play this game. I thoroughly enjoy it. Fucking buy it. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, fine. And so I just shut my mind off, and I was like, this isn't Battlefield. This isn't Halo, right? The idea of this is enjoy whatever gameplay mechanics are going on here and go. And I cannot tell you how many times I have been in tears from laughing so hard, because I have played as a gigantic gerbil, right? Yeah. Inside a ball and just spun in a circle in the center of the map. Yeah. Just knocking people out of the safe zone or whatever. And it's like, this was worth it. This was worth $50. I'm good.
Yeah.
So get it. Play it, enjoy it for what it is. Like, really, I think that's a good investment.
The game is extremely fun.
It is. It's fun.
But yeah, that's just a community that just made me not want to play it anymore.
I was just wondering. So we know. I'm surprised that your surprise was Persona.
Yeah,
like that. It's so recent.
And the thing is, it came out in 2017.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
but it's recent
like
for
that.
you.
I tried to play a couple of them before.
Yeah.
They're just very hard to get into. This one switched it up.
Yeah.
It threw you into the middle of what's happening, and then it started telling the backstory in like a flashback.
Gotcha.
So you go in and you're like in the middle of a heist.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this is interesting. This is
Yeah.
kind of like Ocean's 11 type deal. What's happening?
I was just thinking
What are we doing?
that is set up like what was that Tarantino movie? Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Like where it does like the forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you get the story that
pieces
was
after.
like leading up to that.
Yep.
Yeah, because not to
Yeah.
be any spoiler, because it starts off you're in the middle of this heist, and then you get you're in custody, and they're saying, "All right, tell me the story about what's going on."
Gotcha,
And that's
gotcha,
how they
gotcha.
jump back, and then you'll meet a new character, and it'll jump forward, and that's how they introduce the next part of the story
Gotcha,
until the timelines catch up, and then you go into the new stuff. I was like, this was done and paced way better than all the other ones.
Yeah.
I was a
that's
Japanese high
pretty
school
cool.
student, and I was cool with it. Working on like building friendships, establishing all sorts of like relationships with people, and
Yeah.
doing all that,
Aw.
and it made it interesting.
Yeah.
I just thought the Persona games were cool because I found out there's like demons and pentagrams
Oh,
and stuff.
there's
So I was
tons
like,
of-
oh, that's pretty cool.
There's like it's very heavy with like tarot.
oh, okay.
That's funny.
So like your character is always the fool tarot because they have a limitless possibility.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has to deal with like cognition and stuff. It's a really fun game. The story is extremely well done. I recommend it, but like you said, it's a little bit long. It's at least 100 hours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's like my.
You can, yeah.
I was gonna say like my surprise, like the only game that I ever played that I didn't think I was gonna like was the original Red Faction.
Oh, no shit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So that was like one I remember. It got good reviews,
Yeah.
like GamePro or EGM or
Yeah.
something.
Oh
Gave
my
it
God,
like
I haven't heard those names forever.
gave,
Right?
gave it like good reviews, and then I was there like, you know what? I'm gonna ask for it for my birthday, and my mom got it for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Was that the one that had destructible everything, or is that just Red
Well,
Faction 3?
No. You're thinking two.
Two.
No.
But it did-
Three was where you could just level buildings.
Yeah, you had a
Yeah.
sledgehammer and just break
Yeah,
everything.
I thought that was two.
No, it's 3.
Oh, well then my bad.
Yeah.
I'll go fuck myself.
Two kind of sucks.
Yeah, the first one. I mean, they all use the Geomod engine, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly. But the first one was first person, wasn't it?
It was first person, and you could basically like.
It was through the mines.
You
and-
could like make yourself like a hole
Yeah,
and be able to get to spots that
To where it-
you might not be able to get to.
that's
Oh,
funny.
that's cool.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it was fun, and I liked it so much that I bought the like limited runs game
Yeah.
version.
And he's right. I remember now.
Limited run
The first
games.
one got good reviews. Like people
And-
actually enjoyed it. And you're
and-
right. The second one sucked ass.
It did, and then the third one people liked
Hell
because
yes.
because you
I,
could.
I love the multiplayer because that's where you could level the buildings.
Yeah.
By the way, I could never get into that one
Yeah?
very much.
Oh, that
However,
one I enjoyed.
you remember the other night we were like, you said about your job and your raise and this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing Red Faction on my
Nice.
Switch.
Were you? Nice.
Yeah, but it wasn't the original. It was Red Faction Gorilla.
Gorilla, yeah.
Remastered.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
the Switch.
I
And
considered
and
buying
I was
it, by the
destroying
way.
buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, there's
awesome.
so many times where that's all I do is just run through and put because there's a mode where you can actually it's a timer, right, to destroy the whatever is there and however much time. And so it's just playing with physics, like
Yeah.
literally like
Yeah.
that's it. Where can I attach these explosives to have it fall and hit something else and blow something else up? How can I do that in the most
it's
destructive
Angry
and easiest way
Birds.
possible? It is.
That's right. You enjoy like those types of games because what was that one that you always played? Just Cause. Yeah, you did the same thing. Where
Yeah.
You just go and it was your playground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm hooking cards up.
Yeah.
But I did the same thing with what's this for the
I know what you're talking
Xbox.
about. Oh yes.
Oh my god.
You're the agent.
Yeah, that's exactly the one I'm talking
Drake
about.
of the 99 Dragons.
No.
No, I know what game you're
bastard.
talking about though. That's definitely not it.
Oh my god. And they just released a new one recently which sucked ass.
Yeah.
3
And Terry Crews was like having to do with that one.
Yeah. So we're on the same
Oh.
page.
Gosh. It was for Xbox 360 exclusive.
Yep. And so once we figure out the name of that game,
Yeah.
there were times where I was like, I just sit on the edge of the highway with because you can pick what you like once you lock onto a vehicle or whatever what you want to shoot, and I would shoot out the tire like on a vehicle to see it flip and hit another one and see like what that does.
This was Just Cause.
No,
Crackdown.
Crackdown.
Oh, okay.
Crackdown.
Crackdown
That
on the
game was
Xbox.
Awesome.
Yeah, like
So,
that.
yeah, I was
I
just
enjoyed
wondering if it was just cause, because I was gonna say, and he did it just cause.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but like
Inside.
Crackdown was cool because
Fucking
you
hit me.
level up your ability, your character
Yep.
changed.
Jelly
Yeah,
there.
yeah, physically, like
Yep.
you change and change.
And it's like, oh, your driving skills up, your car looks like a Batmobile.
Yeah, as soon as you
Really?
jump in,
Yeah.
it starts changing
yeah,
or whatever.
it starts morphing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and that's one of those games
And it
where
would
like.
go anywhere.
And you know how some people are completionists or whatever,
Yeah.
right? I wasn't ever really a person for that. Crackdown was one of those first games that I did. Like, I was looking for orbs.
Get all the orbs?
Fuck you. I want agility orbs. Pull myself higher up on a building.
Yep,
jump
even
even
higher.
further. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's
Kicking
what
a
I kept
car
playing.
off the highway.
yeah, running up and punching the shit out of a bad guy and watching
Yeah.
him fly off. And be like, yeah, this game's totally worth it.
Yeah, the second one, I had such high hopes for the second one, but
Yeah.
it got rid of a lot of things. Like, it didn't have the
Yeah.
transformations. It wasn't nearly as fun.
Yeah.
Wasn't there 3 of those?
The third one.
The third one is
came
what
out.
recently released, and there is a mode where it is just like all the destruction shit.
Yeah.
It sucked. Oh my god, did it suck? And what's
Really?
crazy
I
is
never
that
played it.
so because I had a Xbox Game Pass, I think I
Yeah.
paid like $5 for 3 months, something stupidly
Yeah.
cheap like that. So it was included because it was within that launch window. But the thing is that so the Xbox and PlayStation, I think the PlayStation 4, right? They started talking about this whole computing in the cloud.
Yeah.
Right, where now your games can do a whole bunch more because all of the workload is being handled through
A bunch of the network.
the network of machines. There was so much fucking lag.
That
Like there was so much
sucks.
delay. Like it just for what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have it actually work. You know what I mean? With like half of what you had in mind
Yeah.
than you telling me, well, the possibilities are endless. But if you can't fucking deliver on it, then I'm never
Exactly.
going to experience it. So what's the point?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one game
Loved
I want them to come back is Left 4 Dead. We need a Left 4 Dead
Left 4
3.
Dead. Yeah. Remember the studio's working on that other game, and
World
I
War
actually
Z?
no. That's what World War
It's,
Z looked like.
it's the same studio.
No. There's another game that I think those people were working on. It wasn't World War Z,
Is
but
it Dead by Daylight?
Are you talking about the asymmetrical
But
like versus mode?
yeah, the whole four
I know
versus
there's a
one
big
thing.
like monster guy, and then there was you had the hunters, and then you had that prey.
But I think there's
was.
So-
I don't think it's come out yet. I think it was something that was announced last year, but hasn't actually released yet.
so that game Dead by Daylight, did any of you guys play that at all?
I
didn't.
played a version of it because that's the one was like horror movie, right?
Because Ash is in it.
That's the horror
So-
movie type game,
that's,
right?
that's why I want to play it.
Oh,
yeah.
I did. My bad.
Yeah.
It's on the games Xbox
I have
Game
it.
Pass.
I have it for
Yeah.
it
I
was
have it on
games
Xbox One.
with no, I think it was PS Plus games. I
Oh,
have
okay.
that,
Yeah. That's So I have. I'm going to be honest. That's one of those games where I love the idea. I've even enjoyed watching the gameplay.
yeah.
Right.
Playing it, I don't enjoy it as much.
I
Really?
played the iOS version, Identity.
I didn't
Yeah.
know there was an iOS
Yeah,
version.
there's like it's an asymmetrical, so you're either the killer or
Yeah.
you're
or
trying
one
to
of the
escape.
people. Yeah, exactly. Turn on the lights. You know what
Exactly.
I mean?
So,
Yeah.
so that thing there, that's like the basis for like the Friday the 13th game too. I know that.
And I know they made like a Dead by Daylight. They had expansions where you could be Jason, you could be Freddy. They all had
Yeah.
powers. You could be
Yep.
the girl from Saw. Was it?
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
And she was the only one who could run.
She's the one. That,
You're talking about
Pig
Amanda.
Face. Yeah.
yeah, her
Amanda.
Amanda. Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what you can play as. But you're right. And what's crazy is that those mechanics that they change, a little bit for each one or whatever, is actually fairly interesting.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those games that I do thoroughly enjoy, like watching like someone play or whatever. It's an awesome idea. I was all like, holy shit, this works. But then once I finally played it, it was just all like, I just can't get into it.
So it's one of those things I was just asking because I know it's on Switch now.
Is it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. How much is it on this? Still full price?
I don't know.
40, 50 bucks or whatever?
I think it might be $29 or $19.99. Something
If it's
like
20
that.
bucks, I say jump on board, man. It's not bad. And I think they had a different one, a Jason themed one or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a different. I think it's like an actual Jason.
They
game.
have an actual Friday the 13th. Game
Yeah,
now.
that one, Friday. That's exactly
Yeah.
what it's called. My bad. And you're right. Like, I mean, I've seen gameplay of that, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah, but
similar concept, but
I'm worried about playing that one, getting into it, and then all of a sudden servers go out.
Go
for
puts-
what? Dead
And
by
then-
Daylight or Friday the 13th?
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I think that one will have the servers shut off before Dead by Daylight.
because of
Yeah.
the stupid rights issues and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, but if they ever bring back Left 4 Dead for the Switch, I'm getting that. We're playing it. Did you ever play the multiplayer for that?
Hell yes, bro.
No,
That's all the fuck I played.
Okay, so
being one of the lickers and pulling people
dude.
back.
So I've never played the multiplayer.
You
on it.
haven't?
Okay, so basically,
But
you're familiar with the game?
I played the game.
So you're familiar with the game.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you have
I'll
one
give you
team.
that. It's
One team are the 4 survivors.
multiplayer is so nerve wracking.
And then the other team are the zombies.
Yep.
So the survivors need to get to the very end.
Mm-hmm.
The zombies need to stop them no matter what.
Yep.
And it gets it's a
And
crazy
if I remember
tug of war.
correctly, you don't get to pick what you come back as, right? When you're killed as one of the zombies,
No.
like it's whatever random
No, because there's like a whole group of them, and
Yep.
then it kind of just throws you into
as whatever.
one of the
And so then
roles.
each of them have different mechanics, right? Some
Yeah.
of them can run a little bit faster.
Some
Some
of 'em have,
explode.
like, a tether.
When you're, yeah, exactly. Like
So one of the most entertaining things about
thoroughly
that
enjoy
game,
Yeah.
hands down. If it comes out,
We're playing that.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
it was fun because
streaming it.
because it would go and it would do like the 5, 4, 3,
Yep.
like because it's like it
Yeah.
kind of hypes you up too.
Oh,
It
yeah.
does. And it's so simple because again, there's no like super running or whatever, and even the looking and shooting mechanics aren't like they're not like over the top. They're not
Yeah.
complex. It's very simple movements.
Worth it.
And yeah, it is. No, it's not. A whole dollar. But it's crazy that like how addictive it was.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was, and again, for me, nerve wracking. How many rounds where you're like, holy shit, I'm almost there, and then you've got a guy that gets downed or whatever, and you're like, oh, do I go after
Yeah,
him?
do I go back?
try and make it the next section, just the three of us? Like, what the fuck are we doing? And I think what was great is that they found the right balance because whether you're playing as the humans or whether you're playing as the zombies, like it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's frantic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the zombies, you have the horde
Yeah.
that are on your side,
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
and you'll be sitting there as a person, and there's sound cues.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I think there's a hunter or something
Somewhere.
nearby.
Yep.
And then you're trying to get the jump on them. You're
Yep.
trying to get the one straggler.
Yep.
And I think it just handled it so well.
They did. They did an amazing job. It sucks that I think they botched it up in the. No, or was it the studio that fell apart? I think they
think
did
it
two
was,
of them, and both of them actually were pretty good.
I think what Valve.
Yeah, it was
that's right.
it was like
Steam
EA.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was EA Turtle Beach. I think was their name.
Was it? No, I think it was Valve.
It was Valve. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Valve.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I had a pretty solid squad that we would always play in Xbox, man, and
It was such
like
a good
clockwork.
game. Such a good game.
Because you play the round and you get a score to see who did better, and then you swap sides. And that's one I wish they would do another. That's why you're showing me footage of World War Z.
Yeah.
And
And that's
it was
exactly
very
what
Wait,
it
wait.
was. Whoa.
Turtle Rock Studios.
Oh, Turtle Rock.
That's close.
Turtle Beach was a headset.
Rock. Yeah,
Turtle
it was
Beach.
a headset.
Yeah.
That's right. It's funny.
Yeah.
Some people use headphones. I put turtles on my ears.
Hey, there you go.
You want to know the game that I didn't think was going to be great, but I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I had played a couple of the earlier ones, but it's one where finally, like, I was like, holy shit, this game was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Totally worth the game. Playing the game.
Metal Gear Solid 4. I didn't know you played that.
Yep.
So
Metal Gear Solid 4,
so-
and I don't play single player games
Yeah.
usually all the
Hold
way
on.
through.
I'm just keeping score. So this is your surprise.
Yep. This is I'm surprised I enjoyed it.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
I played all the way through. I remember the
You played none of the other ones.
gameplay. So I did right for the first release for the Xbox that they did, which I think was Metal Gear 2. Some VR, like it had a
VR
whole bunch of
missions?
VR missions and
No.
shit there too.
No, it was.
Oh,
it was,
you're
it
talking
was,
about the sets that they released?
There was,
It was Sons of Liberty, but it was called something different.
yeah, that's exactly the one. Metal Gear Xbox.
I mean, it was still Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, but it was like the remastered, remixed version that came with like the bonus things.
yeah, it had like the bonus VR missions on
Yeah.
there. Metal Gear Solid 2, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
it was one that
Substance.
Substance.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Remember later on they released Subsistence. I think was like the next one, Metal Gear 3 or whatever.
That was Metal Gear Solid 3, and then they had Subsistence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 3 was a lot of fun.
That was a really good one.
It was probably one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite.
The story in it's really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Is that the one where? No, I'm thinking Snake Eater.
That
that is
Subsistence
Snake
is
Eater.
Snake Eater.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So here's the thing, right? I played Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, I bought it. It was one of those things that I bought on the Xbox. Metal Gear had. There's a certain prestige to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The game, I respect what it is. Kojima for what he'd done.
Yeah.
It being the second game, technically, I think the third iteration of it or whatever. Yeah. I was all like, okay, let me give this a shot, right?
Yeah.
So many people love it, maybe I'll enjoy it. And again, this is where I was saying earlier, I was a bit more advantageous, when trying some of these games out. So I went ahead, got this one. I put it to download or whatever, or not download. I went to buy it. My mind's running amok.
Yeah.
And I played it and I was all like, nah, sorry. Can't get into this. Don't know what the fuck's the point.
Yeah.
Fast forward, long time. And then I remember watching Kojima, reveal the gameplay or whatever for 4.
Yeah.
And I was all like, oh, these are some pretty cool mechanics, right? I wonder what this game's going to be like. And at that time, I think it was a PS3.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to buy this one. Let me give it a shot. And sure enough, I played that thing from beginning to end and watched every last one of those fucking cutscenes.
Oh, yeah. The ending is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this game was fun.
That's so funny because it tied up a lot of loose ends. So you're probably like, I don't know who the fuck this is, but okay.
I'm just thinking even though that ending was 2 hours.
Yeah.
It still felt rewarding.
It did.
Because it was overdone, but I didn't. It wasn't like previous Metal Gear games. It was. I guess he did it better. In 4.
Because it was a culmination of everything in the past.
And that's all the reason why Metal Gear Solid 5, I was let down with.
The gameplay was fun, but the story was not there just because of what they tried to do.
Previously on Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. Yeah. Gameplay was solid. No pun intended.
Snake. Oh.
I would put on Aha's Take on Me as I'm taking down an entire base with a one-man army.
Yeah.
But
it's fun, but I got more enjoyment out of Ground Zeroes or whatever.
The Ground Zeroes portion.
Yeah.
That was really
and I
fun.
just want you guys to know that as much as I enjoy playing free games, right? Yeah. I still do have the Xbox Game Pass, and Metal Gear Survive is actually available there. And I won't download that thing for. Nope. I feel like that's so fucking disrespectful.
It is super disrespectful.
Yeah, and I remember because that's not Kojima, right? That's when he got ousted or whatever.
That's when they kicked in the curb and we're gonna milk your work.
And I saw that there, and I was all like, "That's funny." This thing looks so fucking bad, and
it's awful.
And again, I didn't play anything else after Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
I'm good. You know what I mean? I didn't.
I know what I'm getting you guys for Christmas this year.
Terrible.
I'll cut you, bitch.
Yeah, I still think for me, my favorite of the Metal Gear games, it's I'm torn between Subsistence and Twin Snakes.
Oh, okay.
The Twin Snakes was
the remake for the
GameCube.
Yeah. And it looked it had the gameplay elements from Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
So you can do the hanging.
Yeah.
Do a lot of the.
Didn't they do some first person stuff in there too? That wasn't in there. Yeah.
Yep. And I just love the way that game came together. The story, it was all self-contained. It was over the top, but it would make a fantastic movie.
Bro, I thought this said Metal Gear Twin Snakes for the Switch.
Bro, if they had that, I would get it immediately.
Yeah, Twin Snakes was the first one that I actually played all the way through.
Yeah.
And I went and this was after the fact.
Yeah.
I bought that thing at GameStop for $40 or something like that used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's so hard to come by.
It is, and it's one that held its value. And, and I traded stuff in. I think it might have been even more. It might have been about 50 used or something like that. It was the same.
I think
price
when I got it,
of
it was $30.
Yeah,
and I still have it.
That's funny.
And there's the Yoshi dolls and stuff in it too.
Yep,
that's cool.
I did. I enjoyed it. It was a good game. It was well put together. I think the technology was there for the story that he was trying to tell. I think it was a complete package that he pulled off. So,
I'm just saying 5. I mean, it sucks because it was very, very compromised.
Oh yeah, you could tell that it was.
5 didn't that have the multiplayer element with that? Because 4 didn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, 4 had a multiplayer. It had Metal Gear Online.
Oh, that's right. But it didn't work ever. Because I remember I played 2 rounds and I was like, all right, fuck this.
That
never
had
again.
it, and so did Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, but it was cool. Like when it had Snake in the hospital and stuff,
Yeah.
and they're playing like David Bowie and stuff.
Yep.
Like I actually think
Zeroes.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I played the that little release that they did initially, right?
It's like an hour or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So
mean,
what's funny is that I didn't.
I was gonna say because people can get through it in like 10 minutes. I know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that I thoroughly enjoyed just messing around. I had it on my PlayStation, and I only played it just to mess around with the like mechanics with it or whatever,
yeah.
to see how I could piss people off or how long I could survive. You know, shooting my way through everything. Like that's what I did with that. I didn't actually play it.
And then they had the missions. You could replay Ground Zeroes as Raiden.
oh, that's
so you
right.
get the sword and you're a cyborg ninja.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say I actually enjoyed that game, like hanging out in like the Watchtower or
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then intentionally making them come and find me.
Yep.
And I'm like watching them, watching them run and stuff.
Yeah,
it was a blast.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, so well done. So well.
Yeah,
That
but
was like one of my favorite series.
I didn't buy 5. You know what I mean?
I enjoyed 5
Yeah.
for what it was.
I mean, you guys are gonna get
That's Phantom
Survived,
Phantom
so.
Pain.
you know.
Yeah. Okay.
terrible. Terrible. I will re-gift it to you, just like Will Ferrell in that blender.
We know what he's getting from both of us.
But yeah, Twin Snakes is still like $50 on eBay.
Is it?
Holy shit.
I'm not
If not more.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks too because you need a component cable for that game to actually look decent on a HD TV.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it still looks good, but
It-
it definitely needs like a component or HDMI
The
for
other year-
GameCube.
I did a chronological replay through all the games,
Yeah.
and wow,
Yeah.
it's just seeing like the gameplay as it aged
As
through
it got-
time.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I think
As a mature.
3,
I guess,
yeah,
more
because
than
it was
anything.
before 5 came out,
Yeah.
and 3 was still really, really well done to
Yeah.
this day.
And
4
that-
obviously because it was newer.
Yeah, exactly.
You know something I really enjoyed about number 3?
What?
Chucking a grenade into the alligator.
Yeah.
I don't know why it just seemed satisfying.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, there were some pretty complex gameplay mechanics
Oh, yeah.
in 3 that
Didn't show up anywhere else.
didn't show up anywhere else. Yeah.
Like if you didn't play your save, after a while, all your food would spoil,
That's
and
funny.
you would get sick.
That's funny.
Or you wait, like you could bypass an entire boss battle if you set the clock forward, because the guy dies of natural causes.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, again, Kojima is very interesting. I remember reading plenty of articles on him and everything, and it was funny that him describing himself as that he wanted to make movies.
Yep,
and
he's
he
a
didn't-
movie buff.
Yeah, he never got to get into that world or whatever, so he did it through gaming, and it's all like, I mean, I think it's very very apparent, and I'm not mad at him for it. I was all like,
He's
yo, at least
also-
you
he's
found an
also
avenue.
A weird dude.
He
Yeah.
is. Like the game PT.
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever had a chance to play that.
Yeah.
Fuck that game.
I
you still have it.
I still
right?
have it too.
I still have it.
You guys,
Yeah.
like I told you how my playthrough went, right?
No.
So
You pissed yourself.
no no joke. This is what happened, right? I downloaded the game, right? I got my boy Rose, right?
Mm-hmm.
On it, I told him download this thing. Supposedly it's really fucking awesome. We're gonna give it
Yeah.
a try, right? And he's like, all right, cool. So he's on a maybe a minute or two delay behind me,
Yeah.
right? So I'm in the game. I'm in that one room, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a very short story, by the way. I look around the room and I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of interesting. This door's here, right? Open up the door and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a bookshelf there. There's photos, and I'm looking at everything and I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do here. I don't know, what's going on here. And then my boy Rose goes, oh, okay, hey, I'm in that room, and I'm like, all right, well, there's a door. Kind of go through there. He's like, all right, cool. So he starts, going through, and I'm ahead of him. So I reach the end of the hall and I'm like, all right, at the end of the hall, you take a right. There's a main door to your left, right?
Yeah.
And I go try the door. Obviously, you can't get out. One more shelf there. There's a lot of fucking bookshelves in the hallway,
yeah.
by the way. Or little end tables or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right, well, nothing here. And then I go walk through the door and I'm back in that first room. I kid you not. I go, oh, yeah, fuck this. And I completely left the game. And then my boy Rose goes, what's going on? And I was all like, keep playing. Where are you at? And he goes, I'm about to get, like I'm at the end of the hallway. And I go, okay, keep playing. And I'm listening to him. And then he goes, and I knew when he walked in, when he goes, what the fuck? And I go, yeah, I'm done playing this game. Spanish people don't do this shit. And he goes, what the fuck? And I was like, that's how you know this game is going to fuck with you. Because the moment you walk through and ended up right back, it was flawless, the transition, where I'm like right back in that room. I was like, yeah, no, I know what this thing's going to do. I'm okay.
And the thing is, you got to do it a couple times.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Subtle things change.
Yep. Yeah. I've read about it. I respect what he was trying to do there. I think that's awesome. Sucks that it didn't come to fruition.
Yeah.
But it's not for me.
I think the one part, doing a playthrough, it was a group of us doing a playthrough.
Yeah.
And you actually had to speak into the microphone.
Yes.
Put the headset in and actually speak. And he's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Nope.
I
refuse to do that. My old roommate, he's like, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Because if that thing talks back to me, I'm done.
I'm good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
You played through it all?
I got to the point where it was like
watch a playthrough.
Yeah.
I got to
but I know that you got to listen for the clock tower like ringing. Like I read through all of it, and it's pretty interesting.
I got to the part of the game where it was like raining blood.
Yeah.
And that was like as far as I got, because then I was like going through, and then I like turned around or whatever,
and she was there,
and she was right there, and I'm like, I jumped. Like the game,
that's like
actually,
the only jump scare. Well, that's one of two.
The
Fear
game
would be the other one.
The game actually fucking got me, like right at that moment, and I just remember her.
Yeah.
Making that stupid face at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, whew, all right.
What's funny is someone recently played it and he modded it so he can detach the camera.
Yeah.
And she's following you the entire time.
Get the fuck out of here. That's
you just
funny.
Whenever you turn, she goes with you.
She's
following you the entire time.
Oh,
nice.
there's a
props to them for fuck that.
I forget. I saw something else where a guy does that, where he mods them so that he can take the camera out and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing how they do some of this stuff.
That reminds Fear. Like in the game Fear, I remember at one point, it's a shooter where it is creepy shit. And at one point,
with you.
I turned around to go climb down a ladder, and this little bitch is standing at the top of the stairs. Hair up, and fuck this game. Shooting mechanics are great. Awesome presentation. Fuck this game. I'm done.
She was the girl from The Ring.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah. I'm good.
Nope. Nope.
I'm good.
Yeah, that was a game I wanted to play because I remember.
That's why I can never play Silent Hill.
I remember John Carpenter gave rave reviews to that game.
But we're at about an hour now.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it went by quick.
That was a long one.
Yeah, but thanks guys for coming by. Where can they find you?
You can always find me on Twitter at KryptonsWill and over at InOurHonestOpinion.com.
Adam?
Tampa.
Wow.
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
No, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Adam_analyzes, and I do have a website. I forgot about that. AdamAnalyzes.
Yeah.
.com.
Are you going to say the website, or you can just let us know? Yeah. You can find me at The Artful Gent. You can also hear me on In Our Honest Opinion and BuddyTalksPod.com.
There you go.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys, for listening, and don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, written text review.
Yeah.
Peace.
See ya.
Goodbye.